Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the Hindu editorial for July 29th, Saturday, and so 4 weeks completed because we do till Monday to Saturday. Okay, Sunday there will be no editorial. So this is going to be interesting also because today a very important topic, like you see on screen, 16th Finance Commission is going to be appointed. So it's a very important thing. So the static and the dynamic both I will teach you so that no more questions or doubts will be there. Okay, and in the coming days, hopefully I know many more articles will come, so it will become more clear. Okay, so here the headlines also first I'll show you, and one more article which came today is not very useful. Like you see here, this one which it happened in Madhya Pradesh, that some person had misbehaved with Adivasi worker, a laborer, and immediately government took action and demolished that person's house also, and something other things were there, like this is an old video circulating and many things are there. But in UPSC perspective, it's not very important. Okay, maybe in your Madhya Pradesh exams or in governance, any interview question comes and all, that time you have to tell like a case study you have to tell. Other than that, it's not like subject specific, nothing is there. Okay, so headlines also I will show you. The first one, if you see here, the repeated article, the Enforcement Directorate and CBI and all, their term getting extended, or the government is purposely keeping their favorite people on there. This we have discussed at least 3 times before, and this is the 4th time this article is coming in the last 1 month itself. So this will not be discussed. It's already covered. Both the static and the news is already covered. It's again the repetition. Okay, same thing they have told. Like each author will have his own opinion. So each author keeps writing. So it's not important for you. This one is the most important, 16th Finance Commission, which we will discuss in the first half of this video. And then this one, if you see, ground zero is not important for UPSC. For your interest sake, you can read this page. And then here, this is about that person misbehaving with the laborer, so that is not important. And here, climate change and heat waves, and across the world it's like problems. So there, a very small article that also we'll discuss. So 2 main articles, one is 16th Finance Commission and one is this heat waves problem. And here, if you see, that bulldozer demolished man's home after he urinates on tribal person, and Madhya Pradesh Home Minister termed this as very heinous, condemnable, and shame on humanity. So this happened. Okay, so this, nothing beyond this, for exam you cannot do anything. So again, tribal related people, clauses and all, you will study in some other articles. Here it is not important. Okay, so now again, please read this. Note making and all, it's your choice. If you want to make notes, you make notes. And how to make notes very nicely, I've already explained in my foundation. So ideally you should come to WhatsApp, because then from your question I can understand that you didn't watch the this thing. Okay, foundation. In foundation, everything is told how to make notes. Should you make it in separate notebooks? Should you make in a particular order, in color pens? All these things which you have, right? All the doubts is cleared in foundation free of cost. So without that, don't proceed. Okay, editorial you watch every day because it's coming, but daily watch 2 to 3 foundation videos, and in 1 week or 10 days you can complete that 30 foundation video. After that, your preparation journey will be much more smoother. Okay, now if you are taking 10 days for some activity, after my foundation you will take only 5 days. Okay, that I can guarantee you. So please take it seriously. WhatsApp number is given on screen. Okay, test series again, it's coming. Okay, I'm working on the timetable for 24 batch 2 and 25 batch 1. Both should come within 1 week, this week itself. Okay, I'm working. Tomorrow Sunday I'll be fully sitting on that only, and it should be coming out soon. Okay, so now the article, this question came in Prelims 2023. Okay, this year now, for which answer key is not yet out, but this was a very easy question if you were studying economics or polity from a proper source, maybe by following newspapers or some coaching or mentor you had, or any test series you joined, including Vysh IAS or excluding Vysh IAS, any test series you joined. This is a very direct question which was expected. Okay, from 2017 onwards this question was expected, and finally it has come. Why until 2017? Because the finance commissions are set every 5 years. So the latest was like 2017 it was set up, and now it is expiring, and that is why the new finance commission is coming. Okay, so this question, if you see, just to make you go into the Hindu newspaper, first I will teach you the static part. So here some things are given, 5 things are given, and they're asking for the horizontal tax devolution, the 15th Finance Commission used how many of the above as criteria other than population area and income distance. Meaning there is something called horizontal tax devolution which the Finance Commission is doing, and they have some criteria to do that. In that 2 criteria already in the question they have given population, area, and it's actually comma should be there, I think, population, area and income distance. Other than that, what all other criteria they take out of this thing. They're not looking what all factors, how many of the factors. That's a new type of pattern they introduced this year. Only 2, only 3 and all. So if you see, minimum choice is only 2, meaning at least 2 of them should be there in your answer. So this answer I will tell you, but before that, and this keeps changing every 15th. First you have to understand what is this tax devolution. Okay, meaning, you know, center and state both collects tax from us. Okay, you know, GST wise also, otherwise also, there are many forms of taxes or cess, educational cess, Swachh Bharat cess, maybe railway cess. It depends on the government at that time. They will be introducing some cess or surcharge or taxations, and then they will be collecting. So the Finance Commission is the one who decides now this tax, how much center will keep it with themselves and how much they have to give it to the states. Okay, states what they collect actually they keep with themselves only, but what the center collects, right, from there after the surcharge and this thing, because surcharge cess and all center is collecting for themselves only, Swachh Bharat, and because it's for a purpose. Okay, cess and surcharge, that is the main difference. Okay, CESS cess means educational cess means it is collected for a particular educational scheme or something they have to implement, or Swachh Bharat cess means for Swachh Bharat implementation by the center they need some money from the people, so they are putting 0.1%, 0.2 extra on top of the GST and all you see sometimes in the bill. So that is which center keeps, but after that how much the center should give to the state. Okay, you know, center is in the top. We have 28 states and territories and also when you give money like this, it's called vertical devolution. You are giving down, vertical devolution, you are giving the taxes. And horizontal means already there are 28 states, right? So horizontally between the states, how much each state will get. It's not like every state get equals money. Okay, it depends on factors, and that factors they are asking. How will you decide which state gets what? Horizontal devolution, which the 15th Finance Commission, I mean the latest or now which is going on, the 15th Finance Commission, they decided which all criteria. Okay, they consider population, area and income. They already told in the question itself. Now what else? Okay, so they actually consider demographic performance, forest and ecology, and the tax efforts, meaning 1, 2 and 5. Okay, answer is actually B, only 3, meaning 3 of the criteria. Demographic performance, forest and ecology, and tax efforts. The other 2, right, governance reforms and stable government, they have simply added to confuse you. Now this also know how to study or whether somebody taught you and all, we have covered in detail with pictures in our test series. So we'll see, okay, each slide you see, you will learn a lot of things. Okay, this usually in Hindu nothing is there. Hindu these things are not there. I am teaching you because I want to be like perfect in this topic. Okay, now in any day whatever comes, or today's itself, Hindu, when we reach that slide, you will start understanding everything. Else simply without knowing all this, if you try reading, you will not understand most of the things because you are a beginner or maybe you don't know anything about Finance Commission. So here we see 2 circles are shown. One is 14th Finance Commission and one is 15th Finance Commission. Okay, so they are telling what all differ, the criteria. Each commission they comes and they decide like in what basis you should devolve or give out the money. So if you see that gray color fully is like income distance. Okay, so 50% of the weightage is based on the income distance of each state. Income distance is nothing but like income, okay, like per capita income or something of the state. Suppose the best state is there. In last year, I think it was Haryana or something, where the GSDP, meaning the state's GDP. So that related, they will calculate like per capita income, how much it is. And then, so that is the best state. Now, one by one you will take. Okay, like suppose you take Tamil Nadu, you take Kerala. So you will see how much distance is there from that highest value per capita income to your state, how much distance is there. So if it is very low distance, meaning here it is like take 10 and here it is just 2. Okay, it's just random numbers. So there's a distance of 8. So you need more fund to develop. Okay, meaning the more bad your states are performing, you will get more fund. So the weightage, by calculating 100% weightage is there, right? So 50% weightage used to be for income distance in the 14th Finance Commission. Then you see 27.5%. I am talking about 14th Finance Commission circle now. Okay, 27.5% was the population criteria. So that also debate goes on, like should you consider 1971 population or now 2011 population. So that kind of debate used to happen. Okay, it was 1971 population which used to do, because we froze it, because problem is, as I told, south states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and all, they control their population. Okay, they like 2-child policy or something, and they control their population. Like Bihar, UP and all, they still may be having 3 children, 4 children and all. Okay, it used to happen. So they are improving now. It used to happen. So now on this basis, if you start giving money, okay, there more population is there, so give them more money. It's actually like you are punishing the people who did good work. Okay, Kerala, Tamil Nadu is controlling their population. Now just you are telling, okay, your numbers are very low, you have very less population, so you will get less fund only. That is wrong, right? So that is why Shashi Tharoor and everybody keeps coming into parliament debates and tell population criteria should not be used. Even if it using, you should use some other population. Okay, so meaning newer population you should not use. 1970s and all, when everybody were kind of equal, use that criteria. But recently they changed it also. Government used, I think, half of 1971 data and half of 2011 data. So that debate is still going on. Now we have to wait like 16th Finance Commission what they will do. So 27.5 in the 14 FC column, and then 15% orange color is the area, how much area you have, and 7.5% is the forest and ecology. So if you see, only 1, 2, 3, 4 factors or criteria were considered in the 14th Finance Commission. In the 15th Finance Commission, when they came, they changed some things. First thing what they did is, the 27.5% red color which we had, no, that you split into two parts. 15% red color population and 12.5% the blue color which is introduced newly. That blue color is demographic performance, meaning your population is there and how they are performing also. Demographic is meaning the people only, youth population, and how they are performing. So that 27.5 they just split into two in the newer version. Okay, 15 plus 12.5. Then you see a new pink color thing introduced, that is the tax effort. Okay, so that is also introduced. Tax effort by the states people, that also is considered. Okay, so if Kerala now is paying higher taxes, so little benefit it will come right for them. So like that. Pink thing is for that thing. So how did you get that? Only total 100 will be there now. How did you get that? The income distance 50% share, right? That you reduced to 45%. So when you reduced it to 45%, extra 5% you saved, right? That 5% you split and gave to 2.5% to the pink one, tax effort, and 2.5% you gave to that forest one. Forest was already 7.5 in the last time, that they made it 10. Okay, meaning 2.5 split went. That split came from the income distance which you made from 50 to 45. Hope it's clear. This and all you don't have to by heart, but I am teaching you this process so that when 16th Finance Commission comes, anything changes, you will easily understand. You don't need a sir or anybody to explain. Even I don't have to explain it again. Okay, which you will do anyway when it comes, but you will understand how they are working with this, how they are deciding how much money to give, what are the criteria. This is how they made it. So 14th, 15th, this was a very big change. So this was asked in mains also. Now in prelims also, they pinpointed and asked these criteria. What were the new things introduced? Tax effort and demographic performance. Okay. And then down, if you see that graph kind of thing, that is actually the vertical devolution thing. Okay, meaning if you see 14th Finance Commission, it was 42%, meaning center what they gets, 42% will go to this thing, and remaining 58 will be with center. So Jammu and Kashmir in between, you know what happened. Jammu and Kashmir status change from state to UT. That time it was reduced. Okay, from 42 it became 41. Okay, so that one change happened. So like this again, 16th Finance Commission, again some more change will happen. How much from center should go to the states, the vertical one. Then after that, with that pie chart, they will tell horizontally how you decide. This is called Finance Commission work. This is the graphs and things and all. Now, static part I'll tell you. This is the answer for that question I told you, 1, 2, 5. And it was direct there. This is my test series screenshot. If you see economics test number 4, we had a question on the same thing. My question was something like that only. It was on the previous page. I'm just showing you the answer screenshot. And this was there in our Vysh versus UPSC 23, which I did the claiming part, where how many questions we can claim. In that I showed you this. So what changed, everything is there, 2 parameters, and that exact thing they asked. Okay, so this is how I told any test series you joined, they would have taught you this, not only Vysh IAS. Okay, and like this every day in editorial it comes. Now the static you will study. Which in your Lakshmikant already is there. There's a chapter for Finance Commission. Why? Because it's a constitutional body. Constitutional body means in the constitution somewhere it's written. So where it's written? Article 280. Article 280 telling the president, okay, it's not the parliament. The president shall within 2 years from the commencement of this constitution, meaning 1950 this thing was adopted, and then within 1952, president should appoint a finance commission. Okay, and thereafter, after every 5 years, you should put a new one. Okay, or you extend it or do whatever, you have to set up a new commission as president considered necessary, it's told. Okay, then finance commission will have a chairman and 4 other members appointed by the president. Again, these are the minute things which prelims question comes. Okay, who appoints, who extends, who this thing. So here everything is done by president. Then what is the duty of this commission? This all is written in the constitution. Okay, this is the correct lines in the constitution. So it shall be the duty of the commission to make recommendation again to whom? To the president, not like recommendation to the parliament. Okay, on these things. Distribution between union and states of the net proceeds of taxes, how you will distribute, that is the vertical devolution. And then below that, if you see the next one, between them, how you allocate among the states. So that is the horizontal devolution. So both is written in the, even though indirectly, it's not written like vertical devolution, horizontal, but that is what they mean by that second line. Okay, then the principle in which should govern the grant needs, meaning there is actually vertical devolution and this devolution. After that, there's grants also. Sometimes because the state's condition, special state or something, you will give a lot of grants also to those states extra. So that how you will do that, principles to give grants, that also is done by the Finance Commission, not by the Parliament. Okay. And this money will come from the Consolidated Fund of India. If you don't know that, as of now, forget it. There are different funds, okay? Consolidated Fund of India, Public Account of India, Contingency Fund of India. This all is there in your Lakshmikant, and gradually, when articles comes also, I'll teach you. Else in our polity lectures, anyway, it's free of cost, it's there. Okay. So there is some fund, from there only we give this. Now, any other matter referred to the commission by the president. Again, president can give more and more tasks to them. Okay. Now, the last point, if you see, the commission shall determine their procedure and shall have powers in the performance of their function as the Parliament may by law confer on them. Meaning, Finance Commission is appointed by the President. They report to the President. But the way they function, their procedures, different membership or this thing, all that and all, Parliament will make laws. Okay, so some laws will be made, and based on that they will work. Okay, but they will report to the President. So this is the basic written in the Constitution. Now more things are there. Okay. These are the 15th Finance Commission till date. It has been done. Okay. Usually students tell like Wikipedia and all is like full bad data and all, but I will tell Finance Commission Wikipedia page is very good. Okay. Lot of important things are there. You can go and read it once when you have time. So here, if you see 1951, I told you when Constitution came into effect, within 2 years, it has to be done. That is written in the Constitution. So by 1951 itself, first one was set up. The first chairman you have to by heart because it will come. Okay, in any other exam also it will come. K.C. Neogi was the first chairman, and the timeline, if you see, for 5 years is the duration. Meaning for 5 years you have to use that criteria which that commission will decide, and that's how devolution will happen. Like that, every 5 years, if you see 1951, 1956, or maybe sometimes government breakup or something will happen, that sometimes it will not be 5 years. Okay, but and sometimes it will be 6 years also. Like the most recent one, if you see the last one, 15th Finance Commission was set up in 2017. So ideally by 2022 it will get over, or the 23 at least you should, 22 at least you should have started making the next one, 16th one. But because of COVID and many things and all, we are now only going to do, okay, by this year end or maybe next year starting, only the 16th Finance Commission will come into play, and they will like decide the devolution from 2025 to 30. So here if you see the last line, last column, 15th Finance Commission set up in 2017, they are deciding under NK Singh for the devolution from 2020 to 2025. Now they will decide the next one from 25 to 30. Okay. So this is the basic. So first one and last one, the chairman name, please try to by heart. It is important. Okay. Like, and again in between, Rangarajan Commission was very important. Kelkar, Reddy. These are all people because it happened in the last 10 to 15 years. You while preparing UPSC and all would have seen their reports and their commissions and all, here and there references you will see. Okay. So this is the again a static part. Now, this is also static. We have till now not started Hindu. Okay. But I have already told you many information which is important for prelims and mains. Now, this finance commissions are constitutional body set up under Article 280. Every 5 years it is set up, at least every 5 years. And then President is the one who do that and all I told you there. And then they recommend on the distribution of financial resource between union and state in 3 forms. One is vertical devolution, center to state. One is horizontal devolution among states. One is grant in aid, that is additional. Okay, it can be for state also. Sometimes it can be for sector also. Okay, meaning you will tell judiciary like it's performing badly. Judiciary we have to give like more training programs. Like it's written here, a lot of court working hours has to be extended. Lok Adalat needs extra support. State legal service authority. Okay, that needs support, or alternate dispute resolution mechanism you have to do. So meaning all these needs funding, right? For training programs and anything you have to set up, you need fund. Or a judicial academy in every state we will set up. So this and all, sometimes center will have the burden. So that time again, that also has to be considered by the Finance Commission. Okay, they should tell, okay, this much for state, this much for granted aid for state, this much for granted aid for sectors also. So here judiciary as an example is given, meaning the Department of Justice needs some fund. So that also the these people will tell Finance Commission. Okay, so now the recommendations, one thing you have to know, it is not binding in nature. This is also an important prelims thing. Okay, it is advisory in nature, but again, usually whatever they recommend, it is like taken. Okay, because usually government's favorite people only do. How much ever you tell president is doing, our country president is just a face. Okay, everything is done by, meaning the president also will be the favorite person of the ruling government only. So overall, without much modifications or minor modifications only, it's accepted whatever Finance Commission tells and it is implemented. So then what will they do after that? Once the commission thing comes, union government notifies the acceptance of the recommendations through a presidential order which also specifies the period for which, meaning that I told you this year to this year, it is going to, this way we'll go do the devolution of taxes. That also is told publicly in this thing, Parliament. Then Union Government also tables an explanatory memorandum in Parliament stating the action taken on recommendation, meaning did you implement whatever they told, did you implement it, that also you have to give explanation. If you don't implement, that reason also you have to give, that also you have to tell. Okay, then this implementation and all is monitored by various ministries also in every level, union level, state level and all. There will be some people who is monitoring this and telling, okay, this is not implemented, or you have not given correctly the tax distribution. People are monitoring, and depending on the subject, everyone will decide like what all extra has to be adjusted. Okay, now from 15th Finance Commission to 16th Finance Commission, lot of problems are there, lot of new changes are there. One thing is, you know, GST was implemented 2017. Okay, that time when Finance Commission was doing, GST Council did not exist. Now GST Council is there, GST taxes are coming. So the system changed, right? The way you used to collect tax that time and now in future you're collecting, it is differed. So that is one challenge. This is not only the answer you have to write. Like 16th Finance Commission, a question will come in mains, evaluate the 16th Finance Commission with respect to the 15th Finance Commission. Okay, or critically analyze or justify or anything they ask, you have to write these things. What is the main change? Main change is this one. GST Council has come. Then there was a discussion like for defense, and I told you sector wise, defense and internal security, a separate fund from center has to go every year. Okay, then what will happen? The part which you can give to state will again reduce. So that was in discussion. It's still not concluded, but last at least 10 years discussion is going on. Okay, so that is one challenge. Maybe this time they will introduce that, because defense and security is very important in present context with the problems with China and all. Then COVID happened. So this and all is something which never happened before. So that is the biggest three changes from 15th Finance Commission to 16th Finance Commission, and we have to wait and see what all they will come out with. Okay, they'll tell. This is the where like Hindu is starting. Okay, till now was my class for you free of cost, simply to teach you the basics. Now this article, when you read, it will be very easy. Okay, 16th Finance Commission is due to be set up shortly. So many critical changes will happen. Like I told, the COVID-19 issue and geopolitical challenges, everything happened. And then also our debt to GDP ratio, which I explained few days back, debt, physical deficit, all these things are problem in our country in a different level, state level and central level. So that is like about 90% in 2021 and all. So there is a lot of fiscal imbalances. Okay, then the 14th Finance Commission had raised the share of state, which I told you. I told you like 42, the graph I showed you, right? 42 went down to 41. Before 42, it was actually 32. So that time 32 to 42 it had become. Okay. Understanding where the states share. Then it was revised to 41 because the number of states, as I told, Jammu and Kashmir changed. Okay, but still again they are telling center is managing everything, because that time this is like increasing and all going on. 10% increase happened, right? So center will be having to give, instead of 32%, they have to give 40% now, 41 or 42 they have to give. So how is the center managing? So they are telling, earlier Planning Commission used to be there. It's a different body. Okay, Planning Commission, which is now replaced with Niti Aayog. Okay, so that's a different story. But Planning Commission used to themselves give a lot of grant in aid and things and all. Now because Planning Commission is gone, the grant in aid is also gone. So center saved a lot of money there. So giving some to the states doesn't matter. Understanding the logic, like this concept clarity, if you have each and everything will be smooth. Okay, whatever way UPSC twist and put the statement, your base is strong. You know the past, you know what changes are happening, then it's very easy. Okay. So Planning Commission was abolished. Then I told you, right, the cess and surcharge. This is also center introduced a lot of cess and surcharge. So good thing for center is what? This money will stay with them only. They can use it for that purpose, or they can tell like this for that purpose. So only remaining need to give to state. So that the author is telling, the re-examination of the cess and surcharge is required. This will come again. Okay, after 2 slides again the same thing is being discussed. So effectively, because of this and all, effectively states are actually getting low only. In paper you see like 32% became 42%. But 42% of what? Only what is remaining after the cess and surcharge. So when you increase cess and surcharge too much and put in that category, then remaining will be less. So effectively they are telling effective share of state is significantly lower due to the inordinate increase in the share of cess and surcharge. Getting the point? So and again, heavy reliance on cess and surcharge requires scrutiny by the 16th Finance Commission. This is an author from his end, he is telling what all should be changed. There are many things he will suggest in the upcoming slides. Okay, and he is telling freeze the share of this thing. Freeze like cess and surcharge should be only 10%. Only 4%, meaning there are a number of cesses, right? So you cannot tell Swachh Bharat itself 5%, then railway cess 10%, then educational cess 20%. Like that, if you do, everything will be with the center. So put a base or freeze the amount to which it can be done. Okay, so in 13th Finance Commission time, right, long back, Now it's 16th we are talking. 13th Finance Commission 15 years back, that time there was a cap, 9.6%. Okay, so author is telling, okay, then make it like 10%. We can make it to 10%. More than that, now also nobody should get the cess. Okay, it is a suggestion. Okay, then the formula, if it's not 10%, the formula 16th Finance Commission can calculate with the latest data and tell. But they should re-examine the cess and surcharge. Okay, and again the performance of GST, earlier it was little problem and all, but now it is stabilized. Lot of you see every year like this much GST is collected, everybody are paying GST. Okay, whenever any service we are also doing, we will do that GST from our end. So that when we do, GST collections have maintained good buoyancy in the last 2 years. But still they are telling GST needs little restructuring, because they tell, okay, it's called goods and services tax, but they tell like it should become goods and simple tax, meaning the way it is done, way it is filed, the way it is handled. Now it's kind of smooth only, the portal. If you have never seen, you can go and check someday. Okay, but still it is kind of smooth, but it needs more work on it. And then indicators, which I told, the population, per capita income, area, and more than that they added now forest cover, demographic change, and what is per capita income thing, that also I told you. Here they are telling actually the top 3 states per capita income is taken, and then average of that is taken, and then we'll check like whether like Bihar, how much distance from that average number. Okay, so that every commission will keep changing, that you can see when 16th Finance Commission comes. Okay, either the top state or the top 3 states average, they'll take, okay, this is 10, we'll say, okay, Bihar is like 2, so 8 distance is there, so give them more fund. Kerala will be like 7, so it's like very near, distance is less, so lesser fund for Kerala. So like that they decide. So income distance is a very major factor. You saw in that pie chart, 45% of the criteria weightage it has. Okay, so that is what is written here about each of the factors. So many of the richer states argued for lowering the weightage on this criteria. Okay, like I told, the richer state, Kerala is very close in income distance, so they will get lesser fund. So they're telling, don't give this much weightage, don't give 40%, 50% for income distance criteria. Okay, but the center is replying back, attention needs to be paid to the lower states like Bihar and other states, not which are far from income distance, because they have good demographic dividend now. Okay, meaning good youth population they have now. So if you give proper education, proper health, proper training and skilling now, they can contribute a lot to the GDP. Okay, you can see like UP's share and all is increasing in the GDP too much. And now the tourism hub they are trying to make, all these temple and tourism, many that surrounding they're trying to make lot of revenue. And many other things also. Biggest film city is going to come in UP. Okay, so now it's in like Hyderabad, you know, it's going to come there. And then many things they are revolutionizing. Biggest toy factory in the country is going to come in UP. UP is like giving land like anything. For every industrialist they are giving land. So that many plants and this thing Make in India is going to boom in UP. So their share obviously to the economy will increase. So like that they are telling more youth and people and opportunities are there. So center should keep giving fund for certain more years, and then it will contribute equally. That also will become richer state. Then when everybody is richer, then the criteria we can change. That is the center's response. Okay, so here author is telling you freeze this criteria. Instead, for those people, give some grant-in-aids or some special schemes in giving the money. Else, it's like discriminating between, as I told, Kerala or Gujarat with the Bihar and some other weak state. Okay. Also, Bihar, you know, people are like IAS, IPS exams, most people are clearing from there only. So, people are skilled there. There are many people, but equally there are corruptions and many other illegal things also. That is why it is not, even though even having good people, there are equally bad number of bad people also. So that is why they are not able to do. But center is telling if we focus properly on health, education, and all these things, we can bring that state up. Okay, and also they are telling you, as I told, equalization principle. Okay, the second yellow line, equalization principle, where this discrimination should not be there. That is the kind of model which is used in Canada and Australia. So you should also use that thing instead of this income distance and these things. Author is suggesting, this page is full recommendations. He is telling, first thing he don't like cess and surcharge, then he don't like this income distance concept, and after that, see, more fine tuning is required. Then the debt to GDP, I told you, for every state is peaking and all. There is something which again later you will study, that red color line in the second paragraph. Fiscal responsibility and budget management, FRBM. Okay, that is how responsibly you should manage the money and all. There is another thing. Okay, FRBM Act is a totally different thing. Now I cannot teach you. So there they have told how much the debt to GDP, how much the debt should be there for the center also, state also. So it was recommended 40 and 20 in the latest amendment. 2018 was the last amendment. That time they told this much debt for center and this much debt for state. That is the normal level. But the way it is going, you see, like it is 80%, 90% debt to GDP ratio. That is very bad. Okay. There is large departure from this thing, what is written in the FRBM Act and what is actually happening. So the 2018 amendment also has to be re-examined, and this is also recommended by the 15th Finance Commission. Last commission also told, re-examine this states and are not able to balance like this, whatever you are recommending. So something you change in the formulas or how much you should maintain debt to GDP. So whatever 15th Finance Commission told, 16th also should tell. That is what the author is telling. Okay. Then the 12th Finance Commission told some 28% consistency. So everyone told something. You don't by heart all these numbers. Okay. Generally, adjustment needed for the central government is larger than for the state government. Meaning always when this commission report comes, right, or the criteria comes, it is the center who always has to adjust, because center is the one giving the funds. So center has lot of adjustments to do. States, so having large debt and this thing and all, they don't mind too much. So their fiscal deficit, their debt and all always be in the big numbers only. Center is the one who always in pressure. Okay, whoever is coming into power. So now, two concerns they are telling, why the states are having this much fiscal deficit. This we already discussed when Karnataka's election happened, and we told Rahul Gandhi and their team, they declared like 5-6 big promises, like free rice, free metro ride, free bus rides, free that thing, many free. So where will this freebies come from? You have to take taxpayers' money only, right? So states, whatever money is there, if you go and push into schemes like this, obviously the states will fail. Okay, so they're telling one is subsidies, which is unwantedly subsidies, and then old pension schemes. Meaning center will have already many pensions, Jeevan Jyoti, Bima, Yojana, many things are there. States will again declare their own version of that. Because elections are coming, they have to appease them. We'll give you like this much small premium you give, and you will give this much lakhs of accidental insurance, this much lakhs of old age insurance. Like that, pension schemes, insurance schemes, subsidies, these are all the concerns in different states. Okay, without a clear identification of sources of financing. You don't know how you will fund it, but you announce it. Okay, so this will raise the fiscal deficit. So again, reforms they are telling, set up something called a loan council, which 12th Finance Commission onwards they are telling there should be something called loan council who will decide how much loan grant and all. That is still now not done. And then 16th Finance Commission should examine the subject of non-merit subsidies, meaning which are not at all useful, simply to appease people if you are giving subsidies. That you have to do. Then unjustified subsidies you have to remove. Everything is subsidy oriented. Okay, then you can maintain the thing. And last one, if you see, it should provide carrot and stick policy, which we tell usually. Carrots means give some incentive. The states who are performing well, they are controlling their fiscal deficit, they are reducing the debt, unwanted subsidy they are removing. Give some carrot, some incentive to them, so they will be motivated to do that, right? Okay. And then sticks for those who exceed the limit, meaning after multiple warning also you are not reducing anything, you are still debt and deficit is high, then give some punishment to them or penalty to them again on top of that. Then they will get irritated and maybe they will start controlling. Okay, so carrot and stick policy is the conclusion I think they gave for this article. Okay, so I think lot of information you got. This was a little lengthy, but now the second one is very simple. In 1 minute I'll finish it off. So this one, if you see, ICE's movie, if you have not seen, okay, please start watching. Okay, movies, many things you can learn. This movie, like this part 4's poster, it's a continuity also. You should see from the starting. Ice Age 1, 2, 3, 4 will be there either in Hotstar or Prime or YouTube. Somewhere it will be there. Go and watch it. Okay. So this one actually shows about the actual Ice Age which used to exist. Meaning even before the dinosaurs time and all those things, the timing when Earth was like maybe one piece and then climate change happened. The Ice Age is that only. So full frozen one age will be there. After that it will start melting, and see there in the movie they are like breaking off and they are like complete melting. And then it will become how it is now. So like that thing, okay, in the evolution phase, this movie name itself, you see Ice Age 4 Continental Drift. Continental Drift is your geography topic. So this movies also help you gain lot of information. Okay, not like that will help you in answer writing and all, but visuals stay in mind better in a more funny way or more interesting way. So please watch movies when I tell. This will help you in your free time and all. Keep watching movies. Okay. So here now what happened is, the United Nations, we have someone called Secretary General, the biggest person, okay, UNSG. So he told about the climate issues across the globe. Okay, he's telling Earth is going through a warming phase, which is called the era of global boiling. Okay, UN headquarters in New York, that is just a prelims fact. And then July is said to be the hottest month in the last 12,000 years. So you can imagine how much hot it is going to be. And it's like not one place, across the globe. Okay. So a shot of a mini ice age over the next few days you will see. As I told in the movie, it is showing that phase also this happened. Suddenly the ice thing changed to the this thing, the warmer thing. Like that, a drastic thing we are going to face in the coming days, and it is going to shatter all the records. Not only UN is telling, the climate bodies like World Meteorological Organization, European Commission's Copernicus Climate Change Service, these people are also telling the same thing, that record level temperatures will be there based on the data they have collected in the European Union. Okay, and with the ocean temperatures rising in the equatorial Pacific. Now again, two words you will see, La Nina and El Nino. This I have taught already in the geography lectures, NCERT. You can go and watch that. In one line, if I have to tell, El Nino is the time when Indian Ocean and this area, or our India especially, will have a dry climate, meaning rainfall will be less that year. It will be dry. Even drought can happen. 2017, 18, 19 time, it was like we had 2 years back-to-back drought was there, heat waves was there. And that is when prelims lot of questions came about those such areas where water is less. Okay, so that is El Nino. La Nina is the good one, meaning rainfall is plenty. India is getting nice rains. Okay, so that also now we are going through La Nina, we are getting huge rains. So they're telling sea temperature is increasing there, and El Nino conditions can again come back, and again warmer years will come in the next few years. Last 3 years, as I told, it was La Nina. Before that, it was El Nina. This is a phase. Okay, it's a geographical term, meaning that you have to study. That's what the pressure, the wind, the sea temperature, cold wave, hot wave, certain technical thing it is. So now I cannot explain. If you want a separate video, I'll ask ma'am to do it, El Nino, La Nina difference, okay, with pictures. So now that is it. Then now, China 52 degrees Celsius, Greece wildfire is happening, USA the baking heat is happening. So everywhere heat is prevailing. Okay, across, if you see, China is in this side, USA is in that side, across the world map, everywhere it is happening. Okay, so India, what is happening? India, extraordinarily heavy rains in Delhi and Himachal, everywhere, you know, it's flooding happening because of the extra monsoon and also western disturbances coming inside. Many things are there. So this again, it's causing floods and devastation. But still, the UN UN General Secretary is very positive and telling that we can still control and make it to 1.5 degree rise, which we decided in Paris Climate Convention in COP21. Okay, so in 2015, COP21. COP means Conference of Parties. United Nations have this conference of parties every year where they decide on climate things. So in the COP21, which happened in 2015, they told temperature should not rise to more than 1.5 degrees Celsius of a particular year. So that also we can do, but we need dramatic, immediate climate action. Okay, meaning everyone has to do. Also, G20 ministerial meeting is happening here and there now. In Chennai, it happened. So there also the COP28 president. Okay, COP28 reached now. Okay, COP28 president told the world's largest economies, the bigger countries, have to be more ambitious with the emission cut, meaning the carbon emissions and all these things, that you have to be more ambitious, meaning more numbers you have to do. And also now Prime Minister Modi has told like we will become the third largest economy. He's telling everywhere now that. So that means what? You are more responsibility you are taking up. Okay, when you are third largest economy, that's what they're telling, right? Largest economy should do. So now if he wins election, then he is on greater pressure to take the greater share of this greenhouse gas thing. Because as of now, India told by 2070, we will achieve net zero commitment. Net zero means how much we emit, that much we will store back also through trees or carbon sink and all. So that 2070, maybe you will have to change and make it 2050 because your economy is becoming bigger now. Till now you told you are developing country, we are poor, we cannot do. But now you are yourself telling you are big developing country, developed kind of country, third largest economy and all. Then you will have to take up that burden also. Okay. See, even fossil free electricity, that by 2040, that the timeline will come ahead, meaning faster for us if we become that third largest economy. So climate change and all will wait for nobody. You have to take action. This is what the author is telling. Okay, so tell in comment section if you liked the video, because I put a lot of effort in making that 16th Finance Commission thing interesting for you. So Instagram, WhatsApp, wherever you want, come and give feedback. But YouTube comments I want. Okay, put like, comment, and YouTube when I see 100 comments and all, next day I feel like too much motivated to make it more interesting. Else if it's nothing much there, then I feel like, okay, I'll give some average explanation. I'll just read out the Hindu for you. Okay, which usually other YouTubers are doing. I am trying to do it in a different way, in a more detailed way, so that your mains, prelims, everything gets complete in one shot. Okay, so tell me in comment section. I'll wind up this video now. Thank you and have a nice day.